This is kind of an idea that I've had for quite a while. We're actually in my backyard right now and did some clearing out. Right there actually used to be where I would cut all the wood and everything for our fireplace, and I've since moved all that out. That's my brush pile that I got to burn for next year, as well as that, some grass clippings and ornamental grasses that I spread over my garden for the wintertime. So this is the backyard. I do have to do some cleanup right over here. That's typical. So I'm going to turn this into an RC track. When you're looking around, I guess, like a layout like this, there's a prime location, which obviously is right here. It's the highest point on this back section of property. And what it does is it gives you a vantage point. So within seeing the ground that we have here, I've been, I guess you want to say, I've been trying to figure out how to do a track, to do a layout. And it's going to be a track for a combination of vehicles. So 1/10 scale, 1/8 scale. It's a little small for 1/8, but I've got some ideas. So we're going to do 1/18 scale on up. That's pretty much, I think, the smallest vehicle that you could probably get out here. Any smaller, and I think you probably have issues. So as you walk around, right, so I can see there's actually a berm right here. There's a nice little straightaway that's going to happen right there. Clear out, up at the top there a little bit, do like a turnaround, maybe come back up. As you walk the property, what's difficult is trying to figure out your track, trying to figure out the layout, because obviously you're going to have bumpers on the sides, some bumpers in the middle separating portions of track, and that's as easy as using landscape drainage pipe. Some of you might already know I've got a DJI drone. It should be all set up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it up there. And when I take it up there, I'll be able to get a flat plane view and draw out some track. And I think that's going to help with trying to figure out this space. Yeah, that's the plan. So aircraft status, pretty sure we're good to go. So basically one of the most important things is when you're in the trees, looking up. So with a drone, right, this is one of the cool things that you actually get to see. Because of the way the sun is hitting the treetops, it just kind of has a cool look. But let's get to what I'm trying to figure out. Switch it to actual camera. Face it down. So the trees are actually more in the way than I thought they were. Actually take it to a more manageable height. So it might be hard to see, but this is what I've come up with a track. So you can actually see two of the straightaways. So there's actually a single straightaway here. That line that's actually right there, that was just an initial pull-through line or drag-through line. And then this section right here is actually going to be I guess an exaggerated loop or berm. But we're going to walk through and I'll give you an idea of what this track looks like. So we're coming obviously up on a grade. Over here in this area, that's going to be the platform. And then it's going to take this turn. You can come down here, you can see that trail, there's a line that's right there. We're going to run this line right here. Then it's going to turn here. Some of these things may change. It's then going to turn here. And then continue going this way towards this area. As you can see, here's the stick. This stuff right here, all this is going to have to move. And then you can see that there's a turn here. There's a center divider right there. And then it comes into a turn right here. This one's kind of going to be a sharp, slow turn. Another kind of like another turn into a straightaway. Turn here. Come back up going towards the actual RC driving area. There's going to be a nice sharp turn here. And then a straightaway with a couple of jumps, or a jump right here. This is actually the landing pad area. To another turn right here. And this area is not necessarily a free-for-all, but I've got to figure out how to line this up. And then we turn back in here. This is going to be another turning area. To then a little mini straightaway. To a turn. And then lead right back out to that exaggerated berm area that's actually going to be right in here. So that's what I've come up with. And I think it's actually going to work. So when you look here, it pretty much made use of the entire area. And then we'll take it from there and see if there's any modifications that I need to make. Obviously, you know, working with the scale cars that we're going to be having on this track, 1/18 on up, I think this track's going to be pretty mint for that. Here's another look right here. You can kind of get the idea. So maybe I can point it out. So this area right here, right? This is that exaggerated kind of berm area. Going up to a straightaway. Right up there is actually where the platform's going to be. It curves around. Kind of does a little, like a loop here. To another straightaway that's coming right along this edge here. Right in behind that tree. Obviously, like I said, you know, this little area stuff right here. There's a turnaround right there. It then comes out, turns, another straightaway all the way up to in and around, kind of like behind this tree. Up there. Then it turns around. Oh, sorry. Up there. Then it turns around straightaway. There's actually going to be a jump right there. I'll probably put more jumps in, but a jump, that's like a little valley and a landing area. Then there's going to be a turn. This area right here is the only one that kind of needs to be more modified. And what I'll probably end up doing is that little hook that's right there. I'll probably change that to more of a smoother curve. That way it gives more room on the return, because what you do is you end up coming back up here. You can turn and then come down here and then back into, like you can see, you can come down here and then you're back into that, you know, bermed area. So yeah, I think that's going to work out pretty mint. In a sense, that's what I'm seeing for a track. So if you look behind me, you can see that that's what we're going to have for a track. So I think that's actually going to work out pretty mint. Is obviously on all the edges, all the perimeter edges, you're going to have, you know, a pipe that lines and separates, you know, and or divides the portions of the track. And what I'm going to use, there we go, I don't know what it was doing. I'm using the gimbal right now just to try to create, I guess, smooth footage. But where was I? So now we need obviously an outer perimeter of tube, and 375 feet is just literally when you want to think about the outer perimeter. So we're going to need a lot of pipe. So yeah, this is going to be a project. And it probably will modify as I'm going, but that's the general idea of what the track is that I want to have for this backyard, and it's going to be mint. Sweet. Make use of this ground, you know. That's going to be pretty nice. So this is pretty much like the stage area. This tree right here, I'm thinking that's just going to go. I'll probably take out that tree as well right there, because that's kind of in the way. from seeing what, where the track is. That tree, there's no issue. That tree, there's really no issue. That's a double tree. I really don't want to take that down. That's not harming anything, but that's a piece of junk one. And this one right here, point blank, that one's just in the way. That one has actually always been in my way when I drive my truck out back here. So I still want to be able to have the ability or the availability of taking my truck back here, and that is going to work out. So yeah, so that's my idea of a track. So yeah, so now we just got to get it built. So like I said, one of the things is obviously, clearing out the area of all the sticks and just trying to get down to like a smooth ground. So you can see right here, we've got a nice smooth ground right here, getting rid of all these leaves and twigs and, just stuff that's collected, and get down to like, that base. Then take my dethatcher or drag rake, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to drag the whole area. That way I can kind of level it out, expose some of these stones right here, pop these up, unless I want to leave them as kind of like, a little part of the track. But I think the key thing would be to remove those. That way you can kind of create the track that you want. And you can see we're cleaning it up. Again, this is going to be where that platform is, and then this is a loop coming around. So it's just cleaning stuff up. And yeah, so move on. So here it is, all cleaned up. Leaves, debris, sticks, all the, stuff from the trees. And now that it's cleaned up, you can kind of get a general idea of what I had for at least, I guess, a track idea. And we'll bring it around here. So now what I need to do is I just need to drag the area with, I'll show you what it is. So I'm just going to pull it behind my modified Cub Cadet. It's just this. It's just a dethatcher. I had two of them. Initially, I had them bolted side by side to make fast work of larger properties, and now I have it so that it's a double row, and it actually works out pretty mint. So you can see what we've got here. You can see some of the original lines, scratch lines that I did in the dirt to create a track. This is the only turn in reality that I feel that I had issues with. Other than that, it's time to drag it. So let's hook it up, and hopefully I can find a pin for the hitch on the tractor. Otherwise, I'm just going to throw a bolt in it. So now, obviously, as things go along, I don't know if you can hear me over the tractor, but obviously, as things go along, I'm going to drive on one section of the track that I'm kind of already doing. But as you go, this is just a grading process right now, so I'm going to take you on just the first section of track that give you an idea of what we're doing here. So what the dethatcher does is it helps just level and grade the ground. So I kind of hope that gives you an idea. So this is just the first section. Now we're just going to keep going. You don't need to watch me grading ground for hours. Alright, it's not the best day out right now, but you can get an idea of the track. Nice straightaway. It actually comes up, it loops in and behind the trees that are way out there. Then comes around. Got a nice turn right there. Comes straight. And over here, it actually gets kind of cool. Alright, so you got this straightaway. And you can go two ways with this track. Obviously, there's going to be all the dividers and everything in the middle. But you can come this way and go and loop around, and then come in through here, turn around, and then back out to that straightaway. Or you can short track it. Short tracking it will basically be doing almost like an oval, kind of like an exaggerated oval, or more like a P. And what you can do is you can actually go this way, and I'm actually going to put a jump right in this area right here, so you can jump actually that section of track and land up here and then loop around and then come back down and curve around, and yeah, so that's the track. Daisy's out right now. But anyways, all I did was I used my Cub Cadet Franken Cub. Cub Cadet? Franken Cub? Yeah, Franken Cub. It's a mower that I picked up for 75 bucks, and I put a good motor in it that I had from another tractor, and yeah, thing's been lasting for a few years. And I just used a dethatcher to basically grade the ground. This is actually working out pretty sweet. This is going to be like a division line right here, so there's going to be obviously, you know, pipe running from that tree all the way down, curving around, and it's going to end somewhere in there. There's obviously, you know, you got that curve right there, but so the only thing I need to do now is kind of like berm the curves. So like this curve right here, I want to be able to drag out the dirt and give it like a nice berm, you know, on every area that there's like a curve. So this one may end up staying flat. This one may end up staying flat. That one right there, that's going to be bermed. And the one that's way up there, that, like I was saying, when you come up this straightaway, you can come around that corner and then go down and around. Or you can, you know, short track it and jump that actual road right there. But that section right there, that's also going to be bermed. And then in and behind those trees right there, like that finger movement, in and behind those trees right there, I'm also going to berm that area where the tractor is, and in and behind there. And then probably berm that little section right here. And yeah, so I think it came out pretty mint. I'll have to, the original track that I had designed was, it was just too, it wasn't going to work. Because what you have to remember is you're going to have 1/8 scale trucks on here, or 1/8 scale RCs, and they've got some power behind them along with size. So now the track, the way it's designed, you can go anything from like 1/18 all the way up to 1/8, and you're good. 1/8 is a stretch for most things because how fast they are and how big they are. But yeah, this track will at least, you know, teach you to have some control. You know, I think it came out pretty mint. There's that word again, mint. But look at that. That's actually a nice looking track, don't you think? Nice. I think so. That thing gets a 2 thumbs up. Why does it look like it's blurry? Because it is. I don't know. Maybe you can see it better now. It was blurry. Oh my god. Anyways, that's the track. And yeah. Now all I have to do is just get the corrugated 4-inch drainage pipe. And then put it in the in-betweens, like, you know, from that tree all the way around this curve, end to there. Put a piece from, you know, those trees right there, end to there. And then obviously, you know, a surround all the way around. And then in specific areas where I think I might need, you know, division lines. Like obviously right here, nice straightaway. You'll end the tube there, straight all the way down. And then probably curve it, because you really won't need anything on that inside edge. We'll see. But along that edge right there, probably won't need anything on this berm. We'll see. But yeah, so here's a different little vantage point of what this track is looking like. This is actually going to be really nice once this is set up. So Daisy's inspecting the track. She's a track inspector. But that's it. So that's just giving you an update on the track and what's going on over here at What's Up Guy Garage. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I'm just enjoying myself. You know what I mean? RCs, they're fun.